So today, before we start GS3 answer writing practice, I wanted to discuss about note making, how to go about making those notes, and how to actually prepare each and every topic, and what will all be the source of your topics, how to take them down, and how to revise them, right? So for all those, I'll just give you a brief that what the program is. About myself first, I am Capril Arora. I have secured 397 in 2022 UPSC CSC, and my forte is GS. I have secured over 400 scores, consistently increasing. Last time I scored 425 in the last mains. So I just want to deliver the the techniques, the methods, how to actually write good matured answers with, definitely I'm not giving any shortcut. I'm just guiding you here how to go about it, and how to actually write those good answers to actually achieve that score of 425 as early as possible, and not having to take so many years of learnings. I wanted to deliver the learnings of my 6 years to you immediately, especially for the students who do not get guidance from any close relatives. My motive is to be one of the support pillars for them. So, and how we go about the classes, every day 7:30 we wake up. I give you two answers. We write it in a timed manner, and we will discuss each and every answer after you write it, so that you can evaluate, you can pick up content from those model answers, you can understand how, what all improvements you can do and what can be done, what is the ideal benchmark that you have to reach. So something to look up to, and consistently that push improves your answers eventually, even if, again, even if you are not able to realize it consciously, subconsciously it does help, right? It acts as a hook, it acts as a discipline creating point, and it acts as a point of hook that you start your routine at 7:30 every day. That is where I think the biggest achievement of this batch for UPSC preparation lies, that everybody is getting up at 7:30 and writing answers with me. All right, chalo, without any ado, we'll start seeing how to actually make notes. So what all are the sources that you're following as of now for economics? Sanjeev Verma, okay. Mrinal notes, Rajiv Singh, Ramesh Singh, Sairam. And are you making notes of these, like the booklets that you are using for like understanding of GS? Are you making notes for that also? My question is that. Class notes, okay. Okay. Fair enough. See, fair enough, because they themselves are in notes format. And the thing is that they are for your understanding. My recommendation to all those who are absolutely new, who are starting out their preparation, is that you go ahead and read these static books for at least 2 to 3 times. You should read them 2 to 3 times, and once you have read them 2 to 3 times, then you can go ahead of thinking about making notes. Because if you make notes, you will in your first or second reading, what you will be doing, you will be just copying down what has been written without understanding, and without actually brainstorming, without actually getting the content through your brain. And second, you will miss out important concepts because you're not aware about what are the directions that the questions are asked in each year, right? So if you are done with one of the basic books, any one basic book, maybe Mrunal lectures, maybe any of your coaching's lectures, you understand what does BOP mean, what does supply chain graph mean, what is fiscal budget, what is monetary policy. All these you need to know some basic about it, so that once you get into reading these, once into get into reading this Maze 365, that makes sense to you. That is the only motive. The the topics like these, monetary policy, SDF, retail direct scheme, all these have to be understood will only be understood if you know the basics. So go ahead, read your economics notes, lectures, whatever you are following that gives you basic understanding 2 to 3 times, right? Okay. After that, when we come for, and that will help you not only in prelims preparation, that see, both the exercises will help you in both prelims and mains like preparation. One thing you have to remember, that mains and prelims preparation is not separate. The understanding part is common, the idea, the conceptual clarity part is common. Only thing that remains extra in prelims is that you have to cram a lot. You need to recollect stuff right then and there if there is a factual question asked. What is the different thing in mains? Mains mein extra this is that you have to recollect content. In prelims, you don't have to recollect the content. The content is right there in front of you. You just have to recognize it. Recognition and recollection. Recognition means you don't need to remember any of the spellings, and it is okay if you if there are 5 things, you have remembered only one, and even if that one makes sense in your prelims, all those 4 will be recollected. But in mains exam, this recollection plays a very important role. You have to know all those 5 things, then only you will be able to write a comprehensive answer. That is why making notes here becomes very, very, very essential recollection mein, because it has already gone through your hand. You have already written it, you have already typed it. Once it is done, recollection becomes easy. And then when you write it more and more and more in practice answers, or brainstorm it and recollect orally also, it helps immensely. Recognition mein revision helps a lot, because when you are reading the same copy multiple times, the things for recognition become easier in your brain. That yes, something was written here and here and here. So the preparations are same. The conceptual clarity, understanding of the subject, till there it is same. Then it takes slightly different paths. But if you do this, your chances for this increase. If you are able to recollect content easily, definitely you will be able to recognize better. Isn't it? So if you see, like, people who are able to crack, understand, interpret the questions of mains and meet the demand of the question, they most of the times they have good chances of clearing those basic conceptual questions of prelims. Right? So do this exercise before prelims, before January. Till January is the only time when you have the time to make notes. After that, you can't expect that you will get enough time and you will make all these notes. That will not happen. Uske baad prelims aa jayega. From February, you will be in the race of prelims. Then if you clear prelims, during mains, you will not be able to make notes. There is so much ruckus. Actually, it's so chaotic after prelims, after you clear prelims. This is the right time to make these notes. Okay? So once you have read 2-3 times your basic book, what you have to do, again, my strategy is simple. Do not go Googling about any topic, syllabus wise, I will make 1-pager notes. No. We will take simply any one source. For example, I followed economics mains 365. I will take each and every one of the topic and make notes around it. For an example, aviation sector. I made notes. The sources is again mains 365 only. First, some data. Then national aviation policy was in news. How would I want to write it in final exam? Or what is the most precise way to write it so that I remember it, but it does not fill a lot of pages? So there are 4 pillars to it that I wrote. How many 26 areas it started doing. Then what all benefits it has: northeast connectivity, it will improve; affordability, integrated transport, it will improve. Then Udan scheme was also introduced in this. What are the benefits of these Udan scheme? All these points you will get in either a box in in main 365, or you will make your own. Like it will be in a paragraph format, and you will be able to make it out in this format so that you can remember it faster. Then what are the issues, right? Then you can, like, these are all scribbling helps a lot. Then what are the greenfield airports that were being developed? What are the concerns regarding greenfield airports? One of the major important things of civil aviation is MRO, maintenance, repair, and operation overhaul methods. It is a $1.5 billion company economy, and 98% of it is done in Dubai. So this is a fact that you could remember, and you could use in in some of the answers. Then what are the challenges? This is good enough if you have to, if you go through this, or if you make such a notes of it by yourself, and you are asked to write a civil aviation answer, aviation sector answer, in infrastructure, in economics, or anywhere else where you have to use some of this content, you will very easily be able to. And it's almost 2 pages content, and the words are very less. Is it understandable that why note making like this is important? Like, not elaborate, one word, just for your understanding. When you are going to be a topper, people will listen to it. You don't have to make colorful and very elaborate and very time taking notes for being used by other people. No, your notes are your notes, right? And one more thing, people who are asking that can we get this PDF of notes, I will give it to you. I can give it to you, but it is of no use to you. Your notes are your notes. There is a reason why every topper has their own notes. Like, it's very difficult to find a topper saying that I read somebody else's notes, right? So you go through this exercise itself is very enlightening. You don't realize it, because until you're not making, until you complete one full cycle, no, you will not realize what you have done is correct. That's why toppers, rankers, rank 4, rank 5, even just after, before getting those ranks, like there are stories, and there are anecdotes about them going around and asking for jobs here and there because they were not sure they will get a rank or not. Nobody knows who is going to get a rank. Only after you complete one whole cycle, you realize, when UPSC gives you that marks in your hand, then only you realize what right things you did, what wrong things you did. And I know with my experience which things worked and which things did not work. That's why I'm telling you this thing works. And this thing works when you make your own notes. So take it's a lengthy exercise. I'm not saying make notes for everything. For example, you can skip making notes for economy because it is very bulky. However, you can go ahead and make notes for science and tech, security, disaster management. That will cover major portion, 50% of the syllabus, but are very small. So you can make that choice. It's not a compulsion. This exercise is helpful, but you can always go ahead and mark the things in your booklet only and keep revising them. See how much time it is going to take for you. Are you having that time to invest? ऐसा तो नहीं है कि आज आपने तो सोच लिया कि मैं इसको 10 दिन में कंप्लीट कर लूंगा, इसमें लग गए 30 दिन, और बाकी साइंस एंड टेक, सिक्योरिटी, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट हो ही नहीं पाया. That should not be the criteria. Everything is important in UPSC. You have to let go of some least important things, or what are not the most important. Everything is important in UPSC. Getting my point? Are you with me? कुछ ना कुछ छोड़ना पड़ेगा. Consciously drop down कर दो. Drop it consciously. Something or the other, you have to drop it. You choose what you want to. Start from a small one. I would recommend don't start with economics. It will take a lot of time, and you will be, till by then you will be, तब तक हिम्मत खत्म हो जाएगी. You will not have that energy that to go on forward. Start with a small topic. Start with security. Start with science and tech. It will give you an idea as to how to go forward with note making. Okay, chalo. My concepts of note making remain same, exactly same. My notes are from Mains 365, Science and Tech Mains 365, Security Mains 365, and the techniques remain absolutely same. Okay, this goes for any kind of notes. No need for sitting down, Googling anything. Once you have made these basic notes of yours, and then you are going ahead and reading something, and you realize that you come across a fact that is very useful for your answer writing that you can use in multiple places. Come back and write in your notes. When the fact comes to you, you write it. You don't run after the fact. You don't run after the example. You don't run after the content. Content will come to you. Just sit in a place, have a basic foundation of your notes. When that foundation is built, on that you can sit and have a bird's eye view of what all is important, what is not important. If you start running like from the first day only, after Google kar rahe ho, ye kar rahe ho, one topic will take one day, and it is not possible to complete, right? Ma'am, for internal security and science and tech, Mains 365 or static part is also included. See, Mains 365 has become very comprehensive lately. Of course, I can't include all those things like biology, basic biology, and basic chemistry, basic physics. That is not included, and questions are also not asked. Again, I am saying, for all those who are starting the preparation, who think that their static part ka syllabus is not, they don't understand very clearly. For example, they don't understand why solar eclipse happens, what is adiabatic process. All these things you need to know. This is basics, and there can be a reason, there can be certain reasons why you don't know it, and that is not a crime. Go ahead, pick up NCRTs and read them 2 to 3 times. Your static will be covered only and only from that static, in the sense the basics, your basic understanding will only and only be covered from NCRTs. Go back, read them 2 to 3 times, take 1 month's time. Until unless you have that basic understanding developed, a lot of things will not make sense, and you will be stuck up, making ratta of all those, and that will not help in final exam, in mains, right? So for example, let's take science and tech. So the topic was supercomputing. There was National Supercomputing 2015 that was going on. What is the aim? What are the salient features? CDAC is the organization. Then what are the applications where all it can be used? What are the challenges in it? That's all. Okay, this must have been main 65 ka 1.5 page ka big topic. But how you have to do it? First, just go through it. Just go through what the topic says, and then recollect, try to write not only the content, or the other way around, not only the content that has been given in that, but also what you know extra, and what you can brainstorm more. Or what you can do is, you can make headings, what you want to, under a supercomputing, what all headings do you want? You want aim, you want salient features, applications, what are the issue, what are the where all it can be used in future. All that headings you can make, you can write whatever you know, basics you know, and then go ahead and read and pick up content from mains 5. If you think that you have a certain level of preparation, then only this will happen. In security specifically, I wrote these headings beforehand only. Border management, what all I need some facts about border management, need for effective border management. What are the area wise challenges, that this border, this border, this border. Then what are the steps taken, and what are the way forward, right? And in this format only, I made my notes that India ka border itna hai, coastline itna hai, these are the areas. There are some facts about illegal migration, what is happening, Bhutanese government of Operation All Clear against insurgent camps. Then what is the need? Need also, some points with some examples. Then these are like after multiple revisions, these are all dirty notes, but that's how notes should be, right? Then there'll be some committees, what the committee's recommendations were, and what was area wise challenges. I did not want to write it, so I took a screenshot of this area wise challenges, highlighted in it itself, and used them for my preparation. Okay. Getting the basic idea of how to go about any note making, how to pick up any one book, it can be Sunya IAS, it can be wherever the syllabus seems to be comprehensive, wherever you think that the enough topics have been completed, any one source that you trust. The only thing that in middle you should not think, oh my god, I don't think this syllabus, this book covers the whole of the syllabus. That thing should not come. If you can trust the book like with heart, that this, yes, this a lot of people follow it, and people are getting successful with it, that there becomes the credibility. And with that credibility, you just take the book, sit, make notes, and get done with it. Okay. Yeah, no need for reports, annual reports. You don't have that much time. There is no time for that. Apna mains 365 भी complete हो जाए, that itself will be a big achievement. Ma'am, 250 marks content from main 65 and then adding new content. Yes, perfectly, Harendra. That is the crux of the whole session only today. Yes, doesn't matter. Mains 365 doesn't change over years. If you agar 2017 की भी उठा लोगे ना, then also the basic concepts will be there only, the same only. क्या change होगा? Examples change होंगे. That examples you will be eventually able to add, but just pick up anyone, the latest one that is available to you. Just pick that up, write those, go through it, make those notes, and then keep adding those examples, facts, whatever is required. Topic, not much. The basic, this remains same. This mota heading na, this will remain same. You go ahead and check any main 365. You have to understand कि skill development और employment में क्या हो रहा है, उसके नीचे ये सब है. You are making notes for these, but exactly इस पे question आना मुश्किल है. Question इस पे आएगा, right? Disaster management. Disaster management का when I started preparing, there was वो नहीं था, कोई consolidated source नहीं था. Now there are multiple consolidated source. So either you can use them again, or just one technique I am telling you, in case you find yourself lost for any kind of topic, what you have to do. For example, for disaster management, I used NDMA website itself, and they gave natural hazard, man-made hazard, and each and every topic they would give like full booklet. So for example, I wanted to go through chemical one. So either you can go through this summary, or there are also reports about it. And from that report, you have to just skim through that report. You don't have to, read each and every part of it. Just let me see if I can find that report. Yes. This report. So what you have to do, bus thoda basic, that you have to understand that you have to pick up content only for 250 words. Right? Sources of chemical disaster. casual factors, indicators, national calamities, these are all not required. ठीक है. Sources कैसे क्या होंगे, कुछ recent incidents you have to collect, just collect that. Then what are the causing factors? Let's see what does it say on causing factors. Is it useful to us or not? This is all a summary. See, executive summary also comes very handy in this format. When you use some technical terms from them, from these reports, it does help a little, but they are very well, which are able to use, which we are able to use in final exam. They are also given in apna mains 365. You can pick up from there. You don't have to run after. This is just a technique I'm telling, that you have to glance through a report. If you have to glance through a report, if you are really feeling that no chapter, no booklet, or no compilation is covering it, you can go through any one of the source like this and go through uh, like go through the content from index, and glance through the report to pick up some content here and there. So for this, what we were seeing, see, what are the causing factors leading to chemical disasters? Fire, explosion, toxic release, poisoning, combination of above. It gives you a certain understanding what can be, where all can be the chemical disasters. May originate from manufacturing unit, material handling, or transportation. So if you go through it, Bhopal gas tragedy has been given. If you go through it, bas aise hi upar se bhi, then also it gives you a holistic idea of that what all you have to study in chemical disasters. And once you have gone through it, go back and make some quick scribbling notes. I think I would have made for chemical disasters also. So for example, let's take this only, boat safety. Boat safety is also one of the report that has been given in the NDMA guidelines. So why it is important? Because there have been certain cases. There have been cases of boat disasters, then increase in inland waterway, ferry services are increasing, Sagarmala project is increasing, and there are increasing cases of flooding in it. Right? Then this gives a reason why boat safety is important. What are the reason of accidents? We can find out understaffing, unqualified staff, severe overcrowding, distraction by the passengers to the driver, weather conditions are not seen by the travelers beforehand. Small fishermen are there, a lot of small fishermen are there. Then how can it be prevented? There can be a weather forecast, there can be a regulation on the safety measures of the boat, right? All these, there is a state subject called Bengal Ferry Act 1885. From that we are taking our guidelines, so you can understand how archaic they are, right? Then what are the mitigation strategies? Life jacket dena zaruri hai, distress signal should be there, fire extinguishers should be there. Then what is the response? Again, all the disaster management ka sara prevention, mitigation, response, relief wala cycle jo hai, according to that you can make your points. Or you can, this is not my own points, this is also from report. So I went through it, I collected the content and made it here. Right? Then what is the best practice? US Ferry operates in 40 states, districts, and laid down procedures, safety standards. Right? Have you index of weather notes you made for security and disaster? Could you understand, is the disaster management, like how do you have to make disaster management clear, notes clear? If you have a source, I think there are a lot of good sources. Forum, I have heard, is a good source for disaster management. You can pick up that directly, or any other booklet. And if you want to go through any book, that report itself of the government, how to glance through it, every like any report should not take more than like half an hour or so for going through, the booklet itself. First the index, then just glancing through the pages. If you find anything interesting in the index, that okay, this point can be important to me, I want to write in these in my notes. Which forum is, yeah, forum is coaching institute. How to prepare short notes from base notes, as many toppers say short notes are must. Short notes are just scribbling of, when you are revising your notes and you are scribbling, they are the short notes of your main notes. So I think that is how, and these the notes that we are going to make, they themselves are going to be short, because we are writing one word each for each sentence. So it is not going to become bulky anyways. See, my disaster notes are 19 pages. Security notes are 90 pages because I have written it in iPad itself. Science and tech notes are 54 pages. Half of it is written in iPad, how half of it is written in pages. So it's not going to get bulky. Yes, read book from Forum IS from disaster. I've heard it. I don't know how good it is, or like I have not gone through it. एक बार देख लो. Be satisfied that it is good enough, and then only start making notes. मैम प्रीलिम्स के लिए नोट्स नहीं बनाए, राइट? हाँ, आई हैव नॉट नेवर मेड प्रीलिम्स के लिए नोट्स बिकॉज इट बिकम्स वेरी बल्की. और मुझे बुक से वापस इफ यू रीड अगेन एंड अगेन फ्रॉम द सेम सोर्स, तो वो रिकॉग्निशन वाला चीज अच्छे से रहता है. सो आई डिड नॉट गो अहेड विद मेकिंग नोट्स फॉर प्रीलिम्स. बट यस, आई वुड डू द स्क्रिबलिंग. स्क्रिबलिंग कैसे करनी है? जो पढ़ रहे हो उसको लिखते जाओ थोड़ा 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 थोड़ा. And once you are scribbling, they themselves will become your notes. ऐसा मैंने पॉलिटी के भी बना लिए थे. But that those notes again, they are for your, when you are making those notes, that is the time when you are learning, and not afterwards. Like later on you can revise, but they are not very organized. And when you are scribbling, it is a two-way thing. Once you are reading and once you are producing in your notes, it is a two revision at a time. It helps a lot. Okay. Ecology के लिए भी advanced CC5. I don't have my environment की notes. That's why I could not show. But the same concept goes. Plastic के बारे में कुछ topic होगा, तो you just have some topics about it, like some 1-pager, 2-pager notes, some facts, some issues. What are the way ahead? What are the policies that are being brought by government, or what are the, if the policies have been brought, what are its pillars, mota mota. That all, if you have 250 words likhna, will not be an issue. Disaster management topic is not comprehensively mentioned in syllabus, so kindly show the topics that are. See what is important disaster management mein. Even if you leave for 1 minute, you leave all the notes or all the syllabus, tell me what all will be required in disaster management. Like what all you will require to prepare in disaster management. पहले तो disaster management खुद पढ़ोगे, that what are disaster, what is vulnerability, what is hazard, this and that, right? तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा ये थोड़ा सा पता होना चाहिए तुमको कि डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट के क्या क्या स्टेजेस होते हैं. पहले प्रिपरेशन, मिटिगेशन, रिस्पॉन्स, रिलीफ, बिल्डिंग बैक बेटर, ऑल दैट, राइट? वो साइकिल रहता है पूरा, उसकी थोड़ा सा प्रिपरेशन करोगे, समथिंग अराउंड दैट. Then you will go ahead and Sendai framework का थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ोगे. That Sendai framework का diagram, what are its pillars, this and that. Hugo से निकला है वो, तो Hugo के बारे में थोड़ा information मिलेगा. Then you will go ahead and tell about each and every what all are the disaster, and उसके ऊपर कुछ very brief, like this 1-2 pages notes. That's all. Disaster management बहुत ही comprehensive, बहुत ही छोटा topic है, that you can pick up and finish in at maximum 1 week, and that will be done forever. Getting my point, Subhash, right? और ये रेड बुक्स एंड ऑल दी सुन्या बुक्स, उनमें भी सिलेबस हैज बीन कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली गिवन. इसके अलावा इफ यू थिंक यू कैन विजिट अगेन, यू कैन विजिट एनडीएमए वेबसाइट, एंड अगर उसमें मान लो यू थिंक कि केमिकल डिजास्टर्स नहीं दिया है, या फिर ये boat disaster नहीं दिया, and you think it is important. Why I made notes of boat disaster? Because there had been a lot of capsizing from international borders and within India also at that time. So I thought that boat safety can be an important question. Then eventually chemical disasters became important because of that Vishakhapatnam styrene leak. So thoda sa, you have to be aware what all is going on. You have to be on a predictive mode that what can be asked. And on that direction, if you are feeling that something is not comprehensive in one place, वैसे तो we have enough sources, or if something like this has happened, means 365 or some other compilation will cover it. But still, if you feel, वैसे तो 90% of it will be done, and if you do 90% of preparation, that is good enough. You don't have to run up behind that 10%. So that will come in somewhere or the other, and then that you can add on in your notes. And still, if you feel, you can go ahead at NDMA website and just glance through that report once. बाकी अगर नहीं भी आता है कंटेंट, अगेन सब कुछ पढ़ के जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Some things are, you guys after studying have become very matured. आप लोग के जैसे लोग ही होते हैं जो पॉलिसी लिखते हैं. Like even if you read the policy, you will not find anything very amazing or very new in it. There are people like you, like me, who have studied this content only, who are writing those policies. And once that general awareness and common sense has awakened in you, you are also ready to write those policies. If you can write policies, you can definitely write an answer on something that you don't know. अगर पूछ लिया आपने नहीं पढ़ा कल्चरल हेरिटेज और म्यूजियम को कैसे प्रिजर्व करना है, एंड स्टिल समबडी आस्क्स यू, यू विल बी एबल टू राइट आंसर. कैसे करना है यार, लोग जाके हाथ लगाते हैं वहां पे, स्क्रिबलिंग करते हैं, उसमें बाउंड्री लाइन लगाना है, उसमें उसके कोरोजन को रोकना है. ऑल दोस थिंग्स ओनली, राइट, दैट वी सी, वी हियर एंड वी रीड इन एवरी डे. So don't run after collecting content and reading everything. थोड़ा सा खुद को develop करने के लिए, that if something is asked, then what you will write on it, that you can prepare yourself. That is what brainstorming is. That's something that you don't know, some question that you don't know, and you are creating content for it. And then when you come across some of the content and you like it, that okay, you missed something, you can always pick it up, and it will stick to you automatically. Once you have brainstormed something and something extra also comes up, it will stick with you forever. Right? Understood? समझ में आया कि नोट मेकिंग कैसे करना है. इट इज नॉट दैट डिफिकल्ट ऑफ अ टास्क, और ऐसा रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है कि समझ ही नहीं आ रहा भाई नोट्स बनाने कैसे हैं. आई नो हर जगह जाके बीच में जाके नोट्स में ऐसे मन करने लगता है कि बस यार बहुत टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है, इससे अच्छा तो पढ़ ही लेते. दैट इज व्हाई हैविंग ट्रस्ट ऑन योर सोर्सेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. चूज वन सोर्स दैट यू ट्रस्ट, और उससे बेसिक नोट्स, एक फाउंडेशनल नोट्स बना लो. उससे अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी डेवलप होगा, नोट्स भी बन जाएंगे, सेटिस्फैक्शन भी आएगा, सब कुछ होगा. But that exercise has to be done. It is a time taking exercise, it is a grueling exercise. जोर पड़ेगा, दिमाग थकेगा, but वो करना पड़ेगा भी. Right? Okay guys, see you on 4th. Don't worry, even if you have not read it, no problem. Start writing answers without knowing them. Then you can go ahead. It's a continuous process. पढ़ा नहीं है तो मैं लिखने नहीं जाऊंगा. No, you study and write answers together. It is a simultaneous process, and when it is done together, then only your preparation like goes in the right direction. सिर्फ पढ़ते रहोगे तो wrong direction में चले जाओगे, सिर्फ आंसर लिखते रहोगे तो wrong direction में चले जाओगे. Both of them have to happen in the simultaneously, then only the direction will be correct and the content collection will be better. Right? Yeah, okay, I will tell the model answer also uploading that also is pending. I'll make sure. Yes, GS2 note making session is